Welcome back to the Movie Draft House. I'm your host, Mark, and that's your host, Jeff.
What up, Mark? How we doing?
What up, Jeff? It's another day in the House of Draft. How you doing?
I'm great.
Great.
Everything's going great.
Everything's great. Everything's great. I love it.
Right.
So, we decided
You decided.
late. Oh, okay. And by me, I mean by we, I mean me, and by me, I mean
The
we.
royal we.
Right. We decided, so I'll let you tell everybody what the theme is this week, but also explain our pivot.
Okay. So our theme this month, this is anniversary month. So this month we each go back and draft a theme. We take a look at the various things we've done over the however long we've been doing this,
5 years.
and
Yep.
we bring back a theme for one more week and watch a movie that coincides with that theme. So this week, you pick thriller or psychological horror?
Thriller /
That's a-
horror, right?
That's a good name for this fucking thing. So you chose the movie Suspiria from 2018, which is a remake of another movie called Suspiria, which I did not watch because I didn't want to. It runs for too fucking long, 2.5 hours, and it felt every bit of that. It's directed by Luca Gagarin.
Yep.
Yep,
That's his name.
and it stars just a bangarang cast, like a bunch of people that I really like Tilda Swinton, Dakota Johnson, Mia Goth, Chloe Grace Moretz, like all actors I'm a fan of.
Yes.
I hate this fucking movie.
Okay. So, you
You
never
want me to explain the pivot now? Or am I done? Am I done talking about this?
yeah. Explain the pivot, and then we'll briefly touch on Suspiria. And I think that really the only thing worth mentioning is probably the last 15 minutes of the movie. But yes, explain the pivot now.
Okay, so I was talking with a new friend, someone who I'm getting to know.
Okay.
In Discord, and we got to talking about movies. I was like, Evil Dead Burn is coming out soon, and I'm very excited. And it came up that he liked horror movies. I'm like, dude, do you like Evil Dead? He's like, yeah, but he didn't even know that Evil Dead Burn was coming out this year. And so we got to talking about horror. And he's like, yeah, man, the best horror movie I've seen recently is Obsessed. Have you seen it? I'm like, no. He goes, oh my God. Like, it's incredible. You got to go see it. I'm like, oh.
Well, he got the name.
Okay.
He got the name of the movie wrong. It's Obsession.
Obsession. No, he didn't get it wrong. I did.
Oh, okay.
That's just me recounting the story poorly. So he's like, you got to go see it. I'm like, cool. And they had a 9:50 showing in the morning, which I love. I love seeing going to the theaters, but early because nobody's there. And the people who are there are pretty chill because it's the morning.
Yeah.
And when you get out of the theater, it's just lunchtime, your day is just getting started and you've already seen a movie. So I watched it. It kicked my ass all over the place. That's how I described it because I went around. I basically became an evangelist for the film immediately afterwards. I texted the person who recommended it. I said, holy shit, you were right. And then I immediately texted you, and I immediately texted Eric, and I immediately texted another friend and I just told anyone I could, bro, Obsession is the shit. You have to go watch it. It's incredible. And so you went to go watch it with your daughter.
Yep.
And immediately said, we should just talk about this movie as opposed to Suspiria.
Yes. So I did, and you text me, and it was like 11 o'clock in the morning, and you're like,
I just got out of the movie. What
you're like, I just saw Obsession. I was like, what?
I probably said Obsessed, but go ahead.
But so I had been advocating to go see, because the movie Obsession is it has taken over kind of internet culture in the past couple weeks. It's been this past weekend as we're recording, May 31st. This will have been its third weekend, and it has been this like all-encompassing, oh my god, this is the greatest horror movie of the past 5 years type discourse around it. And so and it's a very Gen Z-ish horror conversation around the movie. And so I've been trying to convince my daughter to go see it, and she acquiesced. And so me and my daughter and my wife went and saw it yesterday late afternoon. So yeah, let's go back real quick to Suspiria.
Okay.
And talk about the last 15 minutes of this movie just turning.
That's fine. We could do that. But what I want you to do is I'm going to punish you a little bit.
Okay.
Explain to me.
Okay.
What the fuck this movie is.
I don't.
Just explain it in the simplest terms you can.
I will.
What the hell we just watched?
It's a movie about
talking about Suspiria.
Yeah, it's a movie about witches and a coven of dancers, and they can never leave the dance troupe. I don't fucking know. I'm like, listen.
Okay, I didn't pick up witches at all, but that actually kind of makes sense. I thought it was more of a demon thing.
Isn't a coven witches?
Did they say coven?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, then yeah, it'd be witches.
All right.
I was probably checked out by this.
So really, the general synopsis is, what's her name? Dakota Johnston's character she's an American in France, Italy. I don't even know where they're at.
Germany.
Germany. That's right. That's correct. Because
I paid attention.
There's a weird subplot of German, where an Iranian or Israeli commercial jet gets taken hostage. I don't know.
What movie? That sounds like a good movie. What was that?
No, it's the news that's playing.
Yes, there is. I was wondering about that because I was like, "What the fuck is with the constant news story?"
Yeah,
what is this?
I didn't really understand other than it was trying to establish the time that the movie was taking place in.
Is that it? Okay.
Which is a very real thing that happened. This airline that got hijacked before it was in the air. It was still on the tarmac. But so Dakota Johnson is American in Germany at this theater that houses this dance troupe, and Tilda Swinton plays the head of the dance troupe. And then it's learned that nobody can leave the dance troupe because they're witches, and they put a spell on people and they take over your body, and you just do dances.
You turn into a monster if you do. Like,
yeah,
I don't know why they advertise Chloe Grace Moretz is in this movie, because she's not.
Barely,
she's in 2 scenes,
right? And
then I hate this so much. It was so boring.
So just fast forward, weird shit happens throughout the movie, but it's just it's all just oh my god, what's happening? What's going on? And it's Dakota Johnson and Mia Goth trying to figure out what's happening. And then the last 15 minutes of the movie, we learn that Dakota Johnson is she is essentially the dance witch.
She's the new.
She's the new dance witch.
New dance witch, which sounds like a sandwich.
And so
new dance witch.
And so the last 15 minutes, she is I don't know if they're getting ready to sacrifice her, or I don't actually know what the fuck was getting ready to happen, but everybody's naked, every fucking body is naked in this.
Great part of the movie, though.
Sure.
Everyone gets naked.
But then,
old people,
young people. Death appears, and
was that Death? Because I thought that was Marco or Marcus or someone
Yeah, but I think
talked about how someone else ran the fucking thing, and
No, that was Mother Margaret. That was the old lady that was naked.
That was the one that was in the chair
prost-
with
yes, yes.
Listen, that was unironically funny when they cut to her and she's sitting in the chair with sunglasses on and a fully melted body.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought she was cool.
I don't listen.
I found that
when
funny.
this movie started going off the rails in this moment, like the movie
Did
is
you watch this with your wife?
yeah.
Oh God, what did she think?
I mean, she thought it was weird. I mean, it's too long. All right, one, absolutely, it's too long. Two, movies like this, and we call these. It tries to be elevated horror, right? This is a movie of psychological shit happening that, it tries to do a lot of things to what I would consider elevate itself beyond just horror, right? And one of those things is, the mental aspect of what's happening, like, and I just thought, like, there just wasn't enough to keep me interested until the fucking last 15 minutes. In the last 15 minutes, I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck is happening? Because death goes around killing everybody in this fucking room, and it's like wild, like it like almost cuts Tilda Swinton's head off, and she's like kind of slouched over.
That was pretty dope.
And
Because-
and she's
yeah,
still alive though, but she can't move because her head's like hanging by a thread.
That was pretty good.
And Dakota Johnston's character is just going around and with death, and death is like touching people, and they're all dying, they're exploding, and it's a complete wild deviation from the rest of the movie. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't recommend it.
No, neither do I. This is ass butter. I don't. One thing I can say that's maybe good about it, is that it has prepared me to watch the fucking movie we're watching at the end of the month.
Oppenheimer?
Yeah, as far as like it can't be worse than this.
No. Oppenheimer was all right. Anyways, Obsession. Let's talk about Obsession now.
Also known as Obsessed in some places.
In your brain, it's called Obsessed, but the title of the film is Obsession. It's directed by a first-time director and writer and director, Curry Barker. He is a mid-20s YouTuber, and
Which I heard, and I was like, nope, no thanks.
well, listen. YouTube is now the path to Hollywood, especially in the horror genre. What's that guy's name? Markiplier.
Yeah,
The YouTube guy that had I forget, Iron Lung or whatever it was called.
that was him. I didn't see that movie.
Yeah, it was him, and it was. I mean, it made a ton of money, and I don't know if it was any good, but it made a ton of money.
Well, so with that and this, because this movie made
This movie's
money.
made a buku amount of money. This movie has dwarfed Star Wars, The Mandalorian, and Grogu.
No. No. That's fun, but no.
Look at the box office.
I am. So
The past two weekends.
but Grogu, has it even come out yet?
Yes, it came out 2 weeks ago.
So wait. All right. You explain it then. If you got it in front of you, tell me what's happening. Because the thing that I noticed, first thing is the budget of this movie is $1 million, maybe less,
This movie has made $100 million thus far.
worldwide. Is that worldwide?
Getting ready to tell you that it has made 86 million domestically, 27 million internationally, so actually 114 million worldwide.
What's interesting is it made 17 million on its opening weekend.
And it's gone up
It made
every weekend.
More. I don't know if it's gone up this week. Has it gone up again?
I don't
But
know.
that's the thing, is like people leave the movie and they do like I do, and they tell all their friends, "Hey, holy shit, and then they go to the movies. That's
So as of today, as of this recording, the box office results haven't come out for the weekend, but for May 29th, Friday, will have been its third Friday. It was up 67%. 67%.
This is
plus 30. It was 33% up since last weekend. That's the word of mouth, all right? That's the word of mouth carrying this movie to the star status that it has right now at the box office, is because everybody, and you're proof of this, is going around telling everybody you need to go see this movie.
Yes.
It made $8 million on Friday.
So it reminds me,
which was its third highest date in the 3 weeks it's been out.
Yeah, that's crazy. It reminds me of the Blair Witch Project when it came out. It was very similar. This is smashes as far as quality. This is a much better film than Blair Witch to me, but it's got that kind of traction.
Yeah, it is a very and like I think I told you before we recorded and a little bit when we started, this movie has taken over social media, and so everybody, you go on TikTok and you can't scroll more than 5 minutes without seeing some videos on Obsession, why somebody went and saw Obsession, why somebody loved Obsession, the themes of Obsession. And so when you have a movie like this, and it's a horror film, and that's where, and ultimately, horror is dominating the box office because that's the only thing that's making money consistently right now in movie theaters. You have event films, and those make money one-off, right? Mm-hmm. But you don't have, it's not like 10 years ago where, studios were pumping out hit after hit after hit, box office hits after hit after hit. And so horror movies right now are the only things making money.
Horror movies have been like the most consistent money-making genre maybe ever, and for two reasons. One, they're cheap to make.
Yeah.
And two, people will go and watch them. Like, you have a built-in crowd that's just like gonna go watch whatever horror movie happens to be out.
Yeah. It's it's a genre where, like you said, doesn't cost a ton of money to make. You can cast unknowns and get adequate returns on that, regardless of if they're good actors or not, is because horror movies aren't really about the actors. It's about the scares and the ambiance and all that. And so with this movie, this director, he lived on YouTube. He did a bunch of YouTube shorts. He's got, I think, one kind of feature-length film on YouTube that was solely produced to go on YouTube. And I watched a little bit, maybe like 10 minutes of whatever the name of the movie was that's on YouTube from Curry Barker, and it's pretty good quality. It's not like he took some shitty camera and tried to make a home movie. It looks like it was had a pretty good production, had good production value behind it. And so
is that Milk and Cereal?
Maybe. I don't know. I forget what it's called.
The Milk and Cereal is like an hour long, and then he has another one called The Chair. I've watched The Chair. I remember watching The Chair.
It was Milk and Cereal. But so this movie premiered at Cannes early this year or last year, whatever, the film festival, and got rave reviews there. And then it kind of went to a bidding war for these companies to distribute it, and Focus Features won out, and Jason Blumhouse put money behind it, and so he's listed as a producer on this film. But it's easy to see influences by maybe some other directors. I mean, this guy Curry Barker, he's only 26. No, 99. How old was that?
He's 99. Holy
No,
shit.
he was born in 1999.
Oh, 27.
27.
Depending on his birthday.
September. But so it's easy, it's easy to see kind of some of the inspiration maybe that he has for filmmaking, and especially in the horror realm. There's what you call it, Peele, Jordan Peele. I think a lot of that, and I think I watched an interview with him for this movie. Like, he was making the rounds with the actors, and he said Jordan Peele is one of his go-to directors that he kind of emulates certain things after. And but there's also auteur filmmaking things going on in this movie that I don't know if they land.
Like what?
The aspect ratio, right? I don't know if, and I think I've said it here on the podcast, I hate it when a movie doesn't use everything that it could to give you everything in the movie, right? I understand an aspect ratio being dialed down because you want the audience to focus on certain things.
So let me pitch this to you.
Yeah.
What if the aspect ratio is dialed down because it was originally intended for YouTube?
Okay, I hadn't thought about that. That would make sense, right? It's now okay. Shut my mouth. That's a good point. That's a good point. I hadn't thought of that. I don't like it when I go watch a movie and it's not utilizing the entire screen. Is because I feel like you can show more without showing more. A lot of the scenes in this movie are very tight. They're one room scenes, almost like claustrophobic in a sense. It's because they're so tight. The camera is so tight on these actors, and so I get maybe the idea that, okay, hey, we don't want you to look at everything else in the room. We want you to look at these actors' faces, and the actors in this movie, phenomenal. I mean, across the board. Just maybe the two main actors, but Inde Navarrette, I think that's her name, and
yes.
Michael Johnston. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Both. I think Michael Johnston, this is his first feature film, and then Inde Navarrette has been in some other things, but never the lead. And I thought both hit it out of the park. I mean, Inde Navarrette more than Michael Johnston, just by nature of what the characters has to do. But I thought both here are fantastic.
Yeah, I agree. And just top to bottom, fantastic acting. And apparently the guy who plays like the bro guy with the backwards hat, he's kind of like one of his like creative partners for Curry.
Yeah, right. Well, so Curry Barker and that guy, I think it's Cooper Tomlinson. They're a comedic sketch duo, and that's kind of what they dabbled in on YouTube and all this other stuff. And so Cooper Tomlinson as Ian in this movie he is attached to Curry Barker in more ways than one.
It sounds like a horror movie too. Anyway,
you wanted to talk about this movie, and you
no.
Let's
talk
about it.
I do. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about Andy Richter.
Oh, who gives a fuck about Andy Richter?
I do. I love Andy Richter.
What the fuck? Who cares?
No, okay. I do, but not that much. He doesn't really do anything. But
right.
I like Andy Richter. But there are some really, like, this movie is unrelenting. It constantly is like punching you in the face over and over again. There are a handful of comedic moments that I don't know if it was meant to be comedic, but I think it has to be. But the duct taped door, when he turned around and I saw that, I just started laughing because I just want to imagine her up in the middle of the night taping the door shut, right? And then when he goes to open it, she no sells it, right? She's like, okay, see you later, pretending like the door isn't duct tape shut.
Well, then when he's struggling with it, she goes, "Oh, maybe you just stay home."
Maybe if you can't get it, just stay home.
And he's like, "No, I'm good.
I'm good." And it's like that scene from I Think You Should Leave where he insists the door opens both ways and he has to struggle to open it. I thought that was really funny. But the other funny part was when he goes back to the store to get another One Wish Willow and that guy just roasts his ass.
Oh yeah.
So funny. He's like, yeah, I already made my wish, which makes me wonder what that guy's wish was because shit seems to have worked out for him. And I just really appreciated that. But one thing that it gets me that really elevates the movie because the story is great. And it all makes sense, but there's like those that comic relief moment is almost a way to poke fun at the fact that, hey, this is kind of still silly that he made a wish on this thing and it worked. But the movie's so good, you kind of don't care. But the other thing that this movie does is it looks incredible. And one part that there's a couple things, but one thing I really like is when horror movies kind of show you something in the corner and you're not sure if you're actually seeing it. And then it gets revealed. They do that when he wakes up and she's not in bed.
Oh,
and he looks around and doesn't see her.
Yeah.
But I saw her and then she comes out and some of the movement she does is really great. I have to rewatch this movie. And then the other thing they do is when she comes to the door after the first night and she's got the red dress on and her eyes, they do something to her eyes where they kind of pop in the dark.
Yeah.
And it's subtle enough, but it's so unsettling and so cool. And the whole movie's kind of like that. It just knows how to do a creepy vibe. And so much of it, like the way she moves, like how she kind of, there's moments where I don't want to, the real Nikki pokes through and it gets creepy. And then there's like where she walks backwards after he said, just go watch the fucking movie.
The movies, the lighting in the movie struggles. I struggle with the lighting in the movie across the board, is because it is an overly dark movie. And I do think there are different scenes where it's obviously done on purpose, where it's so dark. Nikki's face throughout the movie is hidden by either shadows or her own hair, which I thought was very cool. Is because most of the scenes that she's in, where she is being this obsessed person, her face is hidden, or when there's like this almost demonic decision that she makes, she's completely hidden. It's almost like it's just her silhouette, and all of that is great. But there were other scenes where I'm struggling. I'm like, okay, well, I wish this was lit a little bit differently to not give away the scene, but to highlight certain things in the scenes, because a lot of the scenes are very dark. And like I thought his house was just a very dimly lit place. And I'm like, why doesn't this guy have better lights in his house?
Because he's depressed, man. Let's be honest. Okay, let's talk about some of the themes in this movie, because I think there's a lot going on here. Let me ask you, who's obsessed?
Well, I mean, I don't, he's not obsessed at the beginning. By his own admission, he's a coward. And that's established right off the bat. I very much hated his character throughout. And I think that's on purpose, is because he comes, like, it's obviously his movie, right? It's shot from his perspective. It's told from his perspective. And I think Michael Johnston does a really good job of conveying the different emotions that he's feeling. But there's decisions along the way that he makes that I'm like, well, why? Like, why did you not tell her when she comes back at the beginning of the movie, when she comes back to the car window and is like, hey, do you like me? And he struggles, and like, he just completely fumbles on himself, and he just doesn't say anything. And I just thought the motivation behind that, and then she goes back into the house, and then he whips out the One Wish Willow. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. Why didn't you just tell her? And it just seemed like some of the writing in this movie, and you can tell, like Curry Barker, he's obviously talented, right? He's obviously a talented director. It's because you don't just make a movie like this and like fumble through it, right? This is a very well-made movie, but there are some writing pitfalls along the way, where there are decisions throughout the movie where I'm just like, well, why? And that was at the beginning of the movie. That was one of them. I'm like, and it's almost like maybe it was glossed over. Maybe it was just like, oh, he's a coward. He doesn't want to put himself out there.
The reason he didn't say anything is because he's worried about the answer being no. And then essentially she says good, which tells him that, okay, now he knows for sure that this isn't going to happen. And
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
I don't really care. You don't have to agree with it. This is my take of the film.
Sure.
That at that point, when she says good and walks away, he knows that she doesn't. And that's when he snaps the thing and wishes for her. And I think, like, the thing of this movie is he, I guess what I would call the moral of the story is if you have affection for someone that is not reciprocated, you need to move the fuck on. Right? Like, and stop kind of pushing it and like, and all that stuff, because now he's snapped the thing. And now she's controlled by whatever this is. We're not really sure.
Supernatural.
And something supernatural for sure. But we're not sure what he made. They have a support line. Oh, that was funny. And then it wasn't funny, right? Like, it was funny, but not funny.
That's Curry. That's Curry Barker as the person that answers the phone.
Oh, was it him?
Yeah.
That was great. Perfect monotone. But now she's under the influence, and he knows that, right? And he keeps pursuing her, and he keeps having sex with her, and he isn't, even though this is difficult, and he wants things to be perfectly exactly how he wants, but they're not. He tries to control it, but he's not willing to let go and say, okay, it's just not meant to be. And I think that's kind of the moral of the story, is like, hey, if someone's not into you, move on. But I also think that in a lot of ways, he's assaulting her, because she's hasn't consented to anything.
Well,
she's been taken over by a spiritual force of some kind, and
that's an interesting take, is because I don't know how you ask a supernatural being for consent.
Well, no, you. The thing is that he knows that this One Wish Willow has done something.
Sure.
Right. And be it you can substitute it for liquor, and someone being so drunk that they really can't consent on their own behalf. And that's kind of the lesson. But for me, he is so upset. He kind of is the bad guy in a lot of ways.
No, I agree with you. A lot of discourse around this movie is, the misogynistic mindset of how this movie is told, right? It's told from the dude's perspective, and the dude doesn't deal with the rejection potentially, right, or the potential to be rejected, and so he consults a supernatural thing, and gets his wish, right, which is his crush being infatuated with him, and he is seen as in the film's view, he is trying to be the hero, right? He's essentially he's what's her Nikki's caretaker, essentially, once she becomes possessed and infatuated with him. And there a lot of the discourse around this film is how the violence against women in this movie, and how females are presented here in this movie, and while I don't really get that far deep into it, it is interesting the lengths that Curry Barker goes to show the violence in this movie, and Inde Navarrete is fantastic. Like, I mean, the way that she snaps in and out of the whatever is possessing her, and how the one scene towards the beginning where she's on the bed and she's like all over him, and then she like snaps and she's like, oh my god, what? And like she throws herself off of the bed, and then possessed Nikki pops back up, and she's like, oh, I don't know what just happened. This girl, whoever, Inde Navarrete, I've never seen her or anything before, never heard of her.
This woman,
and she's fantastic. And she's this film is probably going to catapult her into a lot of other things, and I'm excited to see where she can go from this. Is because this is an A-list performance by her, and it's hard to believe that this type of film exists where it was made for $1 million and it gets a $100 million performance out of its supporting actress.
I agree.
What do you think about the theme of kind of the white knight trope in this movie, and how it's presented, and the character of Bear?
I didn't pick up a white knight trope because I saw him as the villain. A lot of it, like, so initially, right? He's allowed to have emotions and be like, damn it, why can't she love me? Like, we all have emotions. But after he snaps the thing, then it becomes a problem. Like, he needs to move the fuck on. But I didn't get a white knight thing because I didn't think he was protecting her, or it was control. And yet I think at the end of the day, the movie is like, you can't actually get a perfect situation for yourself because she's a person and she's allowed to be a person. And if you want someone who's purely obsessed with you, that's what this looks like. And
so what about the movie about 3/4 of the way through trying to persuade your opinion about the character of Nikki by revealing that she's been having sex with Ian off and on? And
that doesn't, what effect does that have on me?
No, I'm saying the effect of that, your opinion of the character of Nikki, right?
Nothing changed. She's allowed to have casual sex with whoever she wants.
Sure. But the movie is clearly wanting you to feel a certain way about these characters. Very
No,
much.
I think I think in a way, I think it's more pushing on to him how he should feel or how he would feel. I don't know about should feel, because for him being obsessed with her, finding out that she is sleeping with who seems to be one of his best friends would hurt his feelings. But that's on him. That doesn't change my opinion of Nikki in any way, or anyone that wants. That's their own fucking business to have casual sex. Now, how he feels is, I think, what that scene is more about. And then what you get in that same scene is he goes from being interested in her now, right? To now, because she is, you could almost say this is like a commentary on purity culture, but now that she is, I don't know the right term, but now that she has had sex with someone else and is with someone else, even in this casual fashion, he is now open within that same moment to start considering this other woman that's in the car with him, who the movie kind of gives you an idea she's the more natural fit, but he doesn't see her. But maybe she has the crush on him, but she's handling it more healthy, right? She's got a crush on him, but she's like, hey, maybe it won't happen, and that's okay. And then she says, I do have, and he's open to it, right? It doesn't last very long. So I think in a lot of ways, that moment is another heel turn for him, of him being like, oh, she's already been, someone's already slept with her, and I guess I don't really want her that much anymore. Oh, hey, what's going on with you? You know what I mean? Like, it just felt like even more of a turn of the screw that this guy isn't the good guy.
I don't, because she didn't. The character of Sarah, the girl in the car, it was when he got in the car that he told her, or that she told him, that Nikki and Ian had been hooking up off and on. I think that's when that happened.
Yeah, that's same scene.
Right. And so, like, I feel like he's interested but not interested in Sarah's, because she is obviously the say, like, there's commentary here on a lot of different things, toxic relationships, and these red flag characters of Nikki is as possessed by whatever she's possessed by. She's red flag, but at first, Bear likes that. That's what he's after. He's wanting somebody that is all about him.
Goo goo gaga all over him.
Right. And then, as the movie goes along, it's like, okay, well, I don't want this anymore. And it's in the scene where he calls the helpline, and the guy's telling him, well, either she dies or you die. That's the only way out of this. And so, like, that's a weird ultimatum, right? For this type of scenario. It's because, like, I mean, if you were to go to the police about any of this and be like, hey, my girlfriend just killed this bitch over here, and then she killed my best friend over here, spoilers, she's crazy, and then you start telling the police that, hey, she's been acting all crazy, and, like, the police wouldn't believe him snapping a twig, and they'd probably put him in a psych ward too. But there's a lot of like this movie exists in a moment, right? And at the end of the movie, it's kind of that Romeo and Juliet thing, except, it subverts it right at the very end. And, and she's just left screaming. And I'm just thinking, well, she's 100% going to prison. So what the fuck? like she probably should have killed herself is because she's going to spend the rest of her life behind bars. Because there's no way she can prove that, I was possessed. I didn't know what I was doing.
No, they're all fucked. Like,
right.
as soon as Sarah gets murdered, they're all fucked because they're covered in evidence, and the vehicle is covered in evidence, and everyone's going to jail.
Well, I mean, it's just her, because everybody else is dead.
Both of them are going to jail.
Everybody else is dead.
Yeah. At the end of the day, yes.
Well, so it was like it was interesting that he dies at the last second, and it cancels out the wish, and it's like I didn't understand him not throwing up the pills that he took because he tried
to. So he tried to.
No, well, right? he stuck his finger down his throat, but then he heard the little music, the thing that plays when you pull the.
You missed it.
What did I miss?
What happened was, so he's trying to throw up the pills, and before that music cue hits, you hear a snap.
No, you heard the music. You heard the music before, because every time it's when you bring the stick out of the box.
That is true.
And then you heard the snap. But
maybe he thought in that moment he needed to stop her.
I just didn't understand why he was like not finishing throwing up his.
He thought he needed to stop her because he only has a few seconds before she makes the wish. Either way, he didn't have time to fix it. He was fucked.
Yeah, I mean,
then it makes you wonder, like, if he hadn't taken those pills, what kind of, like, they're both going to jail.
Well, she probably wished that he would be obsessed with her, right? That's kind of the implication.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
So I mean, they live happily ever after as two obsessed individuals.
No, they don't. They go to jail. And they're separated from one another, so they're immediately miserable.
It is very. I am ecstatic that we got a movie like this as somebody's feature debut, as far as like theatrical debut, and it has made 100 times his budget, and this guy Curry Barker is going to be in demand. He's going to be, regarded as the next, great thing, at least in this genre. And the horror genre as a whole, man, is got bangers of directors. The guy that directed Weapons. What's his name? He did Zach Kreger. He did Barbarian and Weapons, and he's got some other movie coming out.
Oh, he's got Resident Evil.
And then you got Jordan Peele, and then you've got James Wan, and all these guys, and now this guy and the Backrooms guy, who I don't remember his name.
Well, we have yet to see if Backrooms has made a bunch of money. I think it is going to make a bunch of money.
I think it's projected to make like $80 million this weekend. It's directed by this guy by the name of Kane Parsons, who is another lesser known YouTube guy. Got his start in the online realm and is now jumped to theatrical releases, and the genre is in a really good spot. And I don't know when the last time a genre of film had a kind of a stranglehold on.
I do.
What?
Superhero films.
but really only
Just
Marvel,
agree
right?
when I'm right. That's all you got to do.
No, but
you
just
go,
really,
yeah, that is true.
but really only
Let me think
Marvel. I mean, we can say yes, superhero films, yes, but really only Marvel because the other superhero films were not great. They may have made some money, but they weren't great. I mean, in the past year, horror films have lived in the great, status. You know, they're all being elevated to, oh, this is one of the best horror films I've seen in the past 10 years. I just think that, like, this genre is probably where theaters are going to make their money consistently for the next, year, 2 years, however long. Especially when they have word of mouth like this one does.
I agree. I think that especially, I think the other side of that coin is going to be video game movies, because video game movies have been making a lot of money lately, and so you're going to see more and more producers. I don't know how much money Mortal Kombat made, but certainly, Minecraft and Mario made a bunch of money. So I think you're going to see more of that continue. I think maybe take over the big budget space. And then you'll see the horror movies kind of really steady everything else.
Mortal Kombat 2 has made 126 million worldwide, and that's probably going to be where it tops.
That's not that great for that movie, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know what its budget was, but because we don't get a whole lot of that anymore.
Yeah, they set it up for a sequel too, and
did you see it?
Yeah, I was not a fan of the first one.
Yeah.
This one was a whole hell of a lot better. But I don't know that it was great.
Yeah.
But also, yeah. I'm of the mind, I've never really thought any of the Mario movies were great. Like, I think they are full fan service,
sure.
And that's fine. I didn't think the Minecraft movie was great,
Fan service.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mortal Kombat 2 was made for $70 million, and has made 126 worldwide so far. And
it's a little less than where it should be, because it probably needs to be around 140 to kind of be a success.
I think these films will live kind of like this. They'll be released in this, probably like a third movie should it get made. It probably moves up to a January, February release, right?
They're like, we got to go do more. We got to do more Mortal Kombating at the end of the movie. So,
well, and that's fine. Like, if you're okay,
is it fine? I don't know that it's fine to tease it if you don't know if you're going to be able to come through. It's one thing when Marvel does, like, oh, we got more coming, because they know they've got more coming. It's like Mortal Kombat. It's like, we got more coming. Maybe. Please see our movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think a movie like Mortal Kombat will eventually live in the January, February release stratosphere than the summer release time. So, because the first one was released, I think, in the fall or some shit.
Nah, but it was a pandemic movie.
Oh, that's true. That's right. It was.
It dual released in theaters and on HBO Max.
Yeah. And I think that's where it saw a lot of success. I think a movie like Mortal Kombat would see a ton of success on, streaming.
That's
but yeah, regardless. Anyways, do you recommend Obsession?
100%. It's what everybody said it was. It's one of the best fucking horror movies I've seen.
Ever?
Yes. I need to rewatch it too, because there's a lot of stuff that I think I've missed.
Yeah. I'm going to recommend it as well. It is certainly worth watching, and it is such a fantastic career beginner for this guy Curry Barker, and these actors that are in this movie. I just think that, like, a movie like this only comes around so often. And it's rare when it's done by somebody that doesn't have really any experience in the theatrical realm. And so, yeah, I'll recommend it as well.
How nice of you. Now it's time to watch a real fucking movie. As opposed to Suspiria. You know what we're watching next?
I do, and I don't like it.
I don't really care.
Yeah.
We're watching Pro Wrestlers versus Zombies from 2014.
Sure.
It features the late, great Rowdy Roddy Piper,
Uh-huh.
Shane Douglas, Matt Hardy, Hacksaw Jim Duggan,
Yeah.
Kurt Angle. Come on.
Yep. We're going to watch that one.
Why are you being such a downer?
Because I already know how this is going to go. I already know. It's
Oh, so you're judging the movie. You get on me about judging movies before I see them.
Jeff, I say this with all the kindness of my heart.
No, you don't. Just be as mean as possible.
The movie we're getting ready to watch next week was made with a combined budget of like $8.57 and probably a catered meal from Sonny's Barbecue. Okay.
Hell yeah. I'd be down. And you get to hang out with all your favorite wrestlers? Come on.
Oh. But you know what's not a downer? Is when you hit the subscribe button when it pops up. That way you don't miss any future content here on the channel. You're
ready for you to expand on that.
You're already here. But if you also want to follow the podcast on all your favorite social media platforms, we're at Movie Draft House. You can find us on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, right here on YouTube. So give us a like, follow, and a subscribe. Jeff, tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on the worldwide internet, but most notably chronologically.net, where you can listen to my other podcasts. It's also in all of your favorite podcast apps except for YouTube.
Yeah. Jeff, any last words?
Nope.